Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the HR Practitioners Podcast, where we analyze business from the perspective of an HR professional. On today's program, I wanted to share a few strategies that you can use and implement in an effort to reduce employee turnover at your organization. But before I get into these strategies and I share them with you, I want to preface my statements by saying that there aren't any foolproof panaceas for reducing turnover. Employees decide to leave organizations for many, many different reasons. Some people, choose to start families. Some people relocate to another area. Um, some people decide to have a change in career. They may decide to go in another direction. Or some people retire. So there's so many different reasons that would attribute to someone deciding to leave. So any person, any consultant or business that tells you that they have, the magic formula to reduce turnover by X%, they're full of it, to be quite frank with you. So I just wanted to preface my statements by saying that. So let's get into it. So the first strategy for reducing employee turnover is to conduct a stay interview. Now, a stay interview is something that is pretty new. Not too many organizations have a formal process for conducting these stay interviews, but basically, what it is a manager sitting with an individual and basically conducting an interview and trying to determine whether this employee or this individual is happy in their role. Now, these state interviews can be conducted for top performers. It may be someone that's in a key position. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone that's in management. It could be someone that is as someone that's like a receptionist or a general analyst that has a lot of institutional knowledge, or it could also be someone else that's highly influential within the organization. That if they leave, it may cause somewhat of a domino effect where a whole bunch of other individuals will follow suit. So whenever you want to conduct a state interview, just keep in mind that it is not necessarily based on the level or the position. There's so many different types of employees that you should consider having a state interview for. Some of the things you may want to ask during a state interview is, are they happy with their compensation and benefits? Do they feel like they have adequate resources to do their job? Um, are they interested in taking any additional roles or taking any additional training? Basically, you want to make sure that you are checking those boxes and getting some information before that employee decides to start putting their resume out there, and before some of your competitors start to recruit those employees that are key to your business. So that first strategy that I'm sharing with you to reduce employee turnover is to conduct a stay interview. The next strategy that you can use is to implement a job rotation program. Now, job rotations is basically where you have two employees. It can be within the same business unit, or it can be in different functions. But essentially, what you're doing is you're going to determine a particular time frame for them to switch their jobs. And what this does is it expands the employee's experience, Um, it also reduces the likelihood of any type of corruption. You know, sometimes you might have someone in a role where they may be doing some foul things in their role, and you won't be able to discover that until they go on vacation or get assigned to another role. So a job rotation program, it helps keep your employees engaged. It also uh, allows you to have more agility on your team, and it also can help with reducing the likelihood of someone leaving the organization because of that engagement and learning more about the organization and about other functions within the organization. So, job rotation programs are excellent, and they are a really good strategy for reducing employee turnover. The last strategy that I want to share with you for reducing turnover is mentorship programs. Now, with mentorship programs, it really helps, especially for employees that are part of the older talent generation. These employees are they have a wealth of knowledge, institutional knowledge, and industry knowledge. They've been in the workforce for many, many years. And by having a mentorship program and pairing them with some of the younger talent generation, what you basically are doing is you're creating a process to transfer that knowledge. So, by having mentorship programs, you're able to transfer, key processes, key relationships, and techniques within the job that can help some of the younger talent generation pick up that baton and continue being successful for your business. So those are the three key strategies that I wanted to share with you today that could potentially reduce turnover at your organization. I hope that you found it to be very helpful. It doesn't work for all industries. For example, the job rotation, you want to make sure that you don't rotate employees that are in roles that require a lot of confidentiality, because that will compromise the whole confidentiality of certain processes. But there are a lot of roles, particularly in operations and some of the other core functions that do not use sensitive data that process will be effective for. So I hope you found it to be helpful. If you have some other strategies that you've used within your firm, please share it. Please like and comment and subscribe. And until next time, remember to keep learning.